Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Kerry. Today I'll be showing you how to crochet a lantern, which was a request I received. When crocheted using 8-ply yarn and a 3mm hook, this large one, the size is 5 centimeters wide by 10.5 centimeters or 2 inches wide by 4 inches. This medium lantern crocheted using 4-ply crochet cotton and a 1.5mm hook is 3.5 centimeters wide by 7.5 centimeters or 1.25 inches wide by 3 inches. The small lantern crocheted using 2-ply crochet cotton and a 1mm hook is 2 centimeters wide by 5 centimeters or 3/4 inch wide by 2 inches. I'll be using Catona cotton, so the size will be slightly smaller than the large one. I'll tell you the size at the end of the video. I'll be using Catona cotton. I've got 115 hot red and 100 lemon chiffon. I've got a 2.5mm crochet hook, scissors, a darning needle to weave in the ends and to stitch the lantern together, and I've got red thread to stitch it together. Now we'll start on the lantern at the bottom. I've got my 115, the hot red, and we start with a magic loop. There's lots of ways to make a magic loop, so make it how you feel most comfortable. I just put my hook on the yarn, bring the short end over the hook and then the long end over the short end to make a circle, yarn around the hook and bring the hook with this yarn at the end through the circle. For row 1, we start with 1 chain and we're going to work 1 single crochet into our circle. A single crochet is a double crochet using UK terms. For a single crochet, put your hook through the circle and bring up a loop, yarn around the hook and take the hook with this yarn at the end through the 2 loops. Then we pull our circle tight, so we take hold of the tail and just ease the circle in. For row 2, we start with 1 chain and turn, and we work 4 single crochet into our stitch. For row 3, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 3 single crochet into the first stitch. One single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And 3 single crochet into the last stitch. For row 4, we start with 2 chain and turn. We're going to work 2 half double crochet into the first stitch. A half double crochet is a half treble using UK terms. For a half double crochet, put the yarn around the hook, hook into the stitch and bring up a loop, yarn around the hook and take the hook with the yarn at the end through all the loops. We need 1 more half double crochet in that same stitch. Then we work 1 single crochet into each of the next 6 stitches. And work 1 half double crochet into the last stitch. For row 5, we're working this row here with the gaps. We start with 7 chain. We're going to work 1 double treble into the 3rd stitch. A double treble is a triple treble using UK terms. For a double treble, we put the yarn around the hook 3 times. We miss the first 2 stitches and we're going to work into the 3rd stitch. So we put our hook into the 3rd stitch, bring up a loop, yarn around the hook, take the hook with the yarn at the end through 2 loops, yarn around the hook, hook with the yarn at the end through 2 loops, yarn around the hook, hook with the yarn at the end through 2 loops, and one more, yarn around the hook and hook with the yarn at the end through 2 loops. Then we work 2 chain, and we're going to miss 2 stitches and work 1 double treble into the following stitch. So yarn around the hook 3 times at the beginning. And then work 2 chain and work a double treble into the last stitch. And that's row 5 done. For row 6, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work 1 single crochet in the first stitch, and then work 2 single crochet in the 2 chain space, one single crochet in the top of the next double treble, and 2 single crochet in the space. Work 1 single crochet in the next double treble, and then work 2 single crochet into the space there, and then another single crochet into one of the chain, probably the 3rd chain, and that's row 6 done. For row 7, we turn our work and slip stitch into each of the first 3 stitches. So put your hook into the stitch, bring through a loop and take it straight through the loop on the hook, and the next 2 stitches as well. Then work 1 chain and work 1 single crochet in the same stitch as the last slip stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. For row 8, we start with 1 chain and turn. We work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, so put your hook in the first stitch and bring up a loop, and hook into the next stitch and bring up a loop. Yarn around the hook and take the hook with this yarn at the end through all the loops. Then 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 9, we start with 1 chain and turn and work a joined single crochet over the first 2 stitches, and a joined single crochet over the last 2 stitches. For row 10, we start with 1 chain and turn and work a joined single crochet over the 2 stitches. And that's the lantern part done. For the hanger and the neatening row, we start with 18 chain. Now, you could have a different amount of chain. It would depend on what you were going to hang it onto. And then we're going to join in the first chain with a slip stitch. And that's the hanger done. For the neatening row, we're just going to work one slip stitch in each stitch around. So just find a suitable place, not too far from the edge, to put your hook and work one slip stitch in each stitch around. Now, for neatening rows, it can be easier to have a size or two finer hook. It's just a bit easier to get your hook into the stitch, particularly if your work is tight. I'm just going to work one chain just there at the corner and then work down to the bottom stitch. Now I'm just in the centre bottom there. Now I'm just going to work this little part at the bottom. You could leave that off if you wanted. I just work 3 chain, work 1 slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, and then a single crochet into the last chain, and then just continue with a slip stitch in each stitch back to the hanger. I may work a chain at the corner there. I'll see how it looks. And then just slip stitch in the bottom of the hanger and fasten off. And that's the lantern done. Now for the light part, I've got my 100, the lemon chiffon, and we start with 8 chain. We miss the first chain and work 1 single crochet in each remaining chain. For row 2, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 7 stitches. For row 3, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each stitch. For row 4, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each of the 7 stitches. And for row 5, we start with 1 chain and turn and work 1 single crochet in each stitch. And we fasten off. And that's the pieces worked. I'll just weave in the ends and I'll be back and we'll put it together. There's the pieces. I've got the lantern and the light. To put it together, all we do is stitch the light in behind the lantern, just like that, and stitch those down. So I'll do that and I'll be back to show you the finished lantern. There's the finished lantern. The size is 4 centimetres wide by 8.5 centimetres, or 1 3/4 inches wide by 3.5 inches. If you've liked my video, please like, subscribe and share. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and Patreon. The details are in the description below, along with the details of my website where I have my patterns and the details of my Facebook group. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.